Hey everybody, it is Thursday. I was supposed to be off today, but last night before I came home, one of my coworkers came in, said, asked if she can have the day off because she had a friend coming into town. So they asked me if I would do her shift. I had no problems with it. Um, it was quite a nice day. It was kind of busy. And then of course it died down, and I thought, oh boy, they're gonna send me home early. Well, it was my day off, so I didn't care, and I ended up staying until 3:30, which was fine by me. More money in my bank. Uh, Sounds wrong to say, but in times like today, every penny earned counts. Um, and I got home and I found out mom wasn't feeling good. She had not slept since yesterday. So I basically asked her what she wanted to do so I can basically let her decide what to do. She tried to eat half a sandwich and she didn't even make it through a half sandwich before feeling nauseous. So I told her we'll just do a fend for yourself night. Go lay down, go to sleep, do whatever you have to do to recoup. So I ended up having chicken Asian salad. Basically, what I did is I took a handful of salad greens, threw them in a bowl. We have chunk chicken that you can throw in the microwave to heat. So I heated up a couple chunks of chicken, threw it on top of the greens, threw it some sesame seeds and some toasted sesame Asian dressing, and that was my dinner. Or actually, that was my lunch because I didn't get to eat at work. I have trouble eating at work because sometimes it bogs me down and causes me to slow down, and just it's not good for my work whatnot. Working, it's just not good for me at work. So a little later, it is 6 o'clock. So probably about an hour or so, I will probably try to find something else healthy to eat. I don't know, or I'll just have. Well, you know what? I might try that one sandwich. The only downside is I don't have pitas, so I'll just have it on regular bread, which is just ham, cottage cheese. It's supposed to be ham, cottage cheese, and Dijon mustard with some shredded carrot inside of a pita bread. Like I said, I don't have pita bread, so I'm either going to. Ooh, if I have whole wheat tortillas, I might just make that into a wrap. I just thought about dinner. Anyhow, um, well, mom said she hasn't been out all day, so I might have packages outside. So I might have to go out there and check. If I have packages, I'll have a quick haul because this is going to be a short video because I've got a lot of things on my brain. There's a lot of things I want to do. So I'm going to be busy the rest of the night looking for. I'm going to research some information because I had a nice long conversation. I don't know if I said this on a previous vlog. I had a nice conversation with Jerry about the foods that I've been eating, and she said the only downside with what I'm currently eating, my current food regimen, is it's got carbs. And yeah, I did say this. I did talk about how Jerry Ann's doctor said that she needs to cut out carbs because that was one of the problems she was having with her eyes, was because of the diabetes, and I guess something to do with carbs was causing problems with her eyes. So I'm going to do some research on low to zero carb diets for diabetics and see if any of those recipes sounds interesting, and if they do, or whatever ones I find that sound interesting, I'm going to try to cook them because I kind of feel that if I can get into a mutual beneficial dietary type food plan where it's going to help both me and Jerry and our health to get better, that would be a lot easier on all of us than possibly each one of us having our own meals, which would just cause our food budget to skyrocket. Granted, right now, a lot of the foods we've been eating, mom's been trying. Some of them are okay. Some of them are need a little tweaking to give them little bit more mom approved type flavors or whatnot. But I'm hoping that once Jerry gets home and we three sit down and talk about food and meals and plans, and instead of just fly by the seat of our pants and just go, "Oh, what's for dinner tonight?" I don't know. Okay, whatever's quick and easy. That's not good. Never has been for me because I end up getting into too much trouble when it comes to my diet and what I'm eating. So, yeah, we've got to really start to get our ducks in a row and really. I know Jerry's not a big plan ahead type person, but I think that under the circumstances, she really needs to consider planning ahead just for the factor of 9 times out of 10 when we don't plan ahead, the diet is not exactly good. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Oh, before I sign off, I'm going to apologize because last night I got so caught up in what I was doing and the food and all that stuff that I forgot to vlog. Last night we decided to do a cheat night. And even though we did a cheat night, I still tried to eat something a lot healthier than just a burrito or pizza rolls or something quick and easy. Because yesterday I wasn't even thinking about what to eat. And that's kind of like what happens when you don't plan ahead, or one of us does not feel like doing the health food. So it's kind of like, yeah, that was not smart on any of us, or either one of us. So I, didn't get to do the video. I may put up a later video later in the evening time once I, how do I term this? Get my head screwed on. I've been kind of worried about mom, and I'm worried about Jerry, and I'm worried about just a lot of things that I'm worried about that just some of it I can deal with right away because the factor is just simple fixes. Some of it, excuse me. Some of it just stuff that like kind of just creeps into your head and starts to bug you, and that was kind of like what was happening the last 2 days. I was sorry, my nose itches. I was not exactly in a good place the last 2 days. My head was just under a rock, basically, or in a cloud. No, I wouldn't say in a cloud, because if my head was in a cloud, I wouldn't have felt so yucky. And I could blame it on the weather because, the barometric pressure, the weather wasn't all that great. It was overcast the whole 9 yards. But that was the only part of it. I think the other part was, a combination of, missing Jerry, but getting mad at Jerry for spending money. So it was like one of those, can you miss somebody yet be mad at them at the same time because the fact they're spending money? And I talked to Jerry last night. So last night's conversation cleared up a lot of problems. A lot of the things that she was spending money on was not for us. It was to help out our friend. Well, Lisa's younger daughter, Emmy, has 3 boys. One of them is getting ready for first or second grade, I can't remember. And the middle one is getting ready for preschool, and the third one is still too young for school. Um, but like most of us, they were suffering from the COVID situation with her husband. His job kind of closed down for a while because he's in not construction. It's no. Let me think. Hold on. It's either construction or landscaping. I can't remember which, but I know he does a lot of outside work, and the one job he had wasn't exactly that he lost it, but he kind of quit because, and this is one of the reasons why I won't work with close friends or family members, is the person he was working with was a good friend, but this good friend was not paying him on time or at all, from what I understand. So they were hurting, and he just recently got a new job within the last 3 or 4 days. But they were basically scratching the bottom of the barrel, borrowing, and pleading for food money or to pay basically the rent. They literally had cut their cable off. They had cut a lot of unnecessary, what basically most people would consider unnecessary, like cable TV. They were using. They didn't cut their electricity off. They were, because that's part of their rent, but they were trying to basically do what they could to get by. So while Lisa was here after Jerry Ann's birthday, we found out that they were basically, something happened. Oh, her husband lost the only car key they had, and had to get somebody to come out to basically make a new car key, and that cost them a pretty penny. And Amy got a hold of Lisa to borrow some money to pay for it. And when me and Jerry found out exactly what was going on, and the fact that they had no money for food, basically the money for food plus whatever she borrowed from her mom, basically Lisa, was going to pay for the car, but then they would have no food money. So me and Jerry said, you know what, let's send them some money, so they can get food for them and the kids, because it's hard to feed 5 people on basically no budget. So we were kind enough to give them some money that we had gotten, or Jerry Ann had gotten from, I don't know if it was from YouTube or where she got the money from, but we had a little extra money. So because of the factor that we've been helped out many times by friends and family members, we pay it forward. So anytime we can, and we know that friend or family need a little bit of extra cash, we pay it forward what we can. So that's what we did. So while Jerry's been down there, trying to get two little boys ready for school and whatnot, Jerry Ann basically pitched in to get some school supplies and some necessities for school. So I know there's a lot of people who've watched Jerry Ann and made comments or complaints or whatnot about her expenditures and what she does and how she does it, and all the different things it has to do with our finances. We've been grateful when we get gifted money for whatever reason, and that gratefulness that we've received, we return it in the form of gifting it forward. Our finances wax and wane. Each month can be different depending on the YouTube channels, my income from work, her income from her 2 different YouTube channels. what little money I'm starting to get through my YouTube channel, it all goes not only to the benefit just us and paying our bills and getting us the little extras that we get from time to time, but what we don't spend right away either A goes into saving for an emergency situation, or B, especially right now with COVID, our close friends down in Texas, especially Emily, because she's having it harder than her mom or her sister. We help them out when we can. Now I know a lot of times the people we've helped out don't always go, "You got a little extra money? Can we borrow some money?" Because there have been times where Jerry Ann's two friends have called us up and said, "Hey, I'm a little short. Can you loan me $20?" And we're like, "Sure, have 40." And then they pay us back when they can. So it's a give and take thing. We don't always take, but we will try to always give. And what we do get, it's not begged for. It's not, woe is me. Can you give me some money? It's, we work for it. We do the best we can for it. And there are those out there who also work hard, but they've hit hard times due to the current pandemic. And the thing is, and I'm glad that Jerry Ann's been taking her precautions, wearing her mask, using hand sanitizer the whole 9 yards while she's down there. And I'm about ready to leave a week from this coming Monday, to go down there on the 17th, to basically go down there, spend 2 nights down there, and then drive back up here. Basically, you can't get into the airport, let alone get on a plane without wearing a mask. So as soon as I get to the airport, mask is going to be on, and I probably will not take the thing off until I'm either in my car, or in the car with Jerry Ann, or at her friend's house, wherever we plan on staying. I'm not going to be walking out of a building without my mask, unless it's a building that I went into with my mask on, shopped, and then left the building. But the whole time I'm going to be in Texas, it's like, might as well buy a gallon of hand sanitizer, because I'm going to be bathing in that stuff, basically. But I'm going to do everything to make sure that I don't come back to Missouri with COVID. I know just about a large chunk of Texas, including Dallas and Houston, are under the red light. Most of Florida is now back under a red light. New York, I don't think it ever turned off the red light. The big cities of California have gotten back under the whole COVID red light mandate mask thing. Basically, and people are sitting there going, "Oh yeah, second wave." We didn't even come out of the first wave because we never got rid of COVID like most other countries. It just hasn't been as bad, and then all of a sudden it's flared back up again. Go figure. I know a lot of people don't want to wear the mask. A lot of people refuse to wear the mask. A lot of people refuse to follow the CDC's COVID guidelines. Well, if you look at a lot of countries that had COVID before we did, they went under lockdown. Countries, literally whole countries, locked down and basically blocked any kind of incoming travel, or a lot of different things where it's like you couldn't even get a package from, let alone through to these countries. And here they are with they're done. China's done. They don't have COVID no more. Large chunks of Asia, most of Europe, even Africa, third world country, don't have COVID no more, or their cases are so low that it's under control and they can open their borders back up. But here we are, open borders, getting packages from overseas, not enforcing the masks, not enforcing isolation, not enforcing anything that should have been enforced, like our sister country brothers and sisters overseas did. But hey, I'm just one individual person going, okay, I do have to work, but I'm gonna wear my mask the whole time. I go shopping, I wear my mask. You know, if I don't have to go anywhere, I'm not going anywhere. Um, Doing all the cleansing and hand washing and sanitizing and all that fun stuff. You know, I have a brother-in-law and sister-in-law who, and I'm not going to say where they're from or who they are, but they are now basically, they have COVID. And one of them, I don't remember which one, was hospitalized for, they had him in the hospital for 4 hours before they said, okay, self-isolation, everybody in the house has to, either they have to be isolated in one room or everybody who's around them have to take the various precautions because nobody else in the house has the virus. Everybody else has been given a clean bill of health. And I pray that they make it through on the other side. I pray that they do all the different things in the regimen and all the stuff the doctors are telling them to do, and hopefully they don't have to see another day in the hospital unless it's to basically go get their checkup and say, hey, yeah, whatever you did, you're not COVID free. So just know, just because you think you are immune or you think you're impervious to the possibility of getting this virus, don't fool yourself. Please, please, please. Listen to the CDC. Listen to the guidelines. Do everything your state is basically telling you to do. If your state is basically mandating that you need to wear your mask outside of your home, do it. Please. I know here in Missouri, a number of our businesses are basically saying that you cannot come in without a mask. Walmart, Staples, a couple of our other grocery stores. I think the only grocery store in town that says that they don't care is Price Chopper. But I tell you what, if I ever go in the Price Chopper and I come home and I get sick and get rushed to the hospital, yeah, Price Chopper will get a nasty gram and a bill. I need to trim my mustache. It's starting to itch my nose. I'm a big proponent of being mindful of what the CDC and the government health code rules and regulations are, because they're not there just to be controlling. They're not there to say, hey, you've got to do this or else. They're there to help you stay healthy, not to make it sound like they're enforcing or pushing rules and regulations on you just to be controlling. They're doing it because it's for the benefit of your health, not for them to say, hey, yeah, we forced everybody to wear a mask. Hey, no, that's not it. It's for your health. It's for the health of the people around you. It's for the health of the people who are serving you. I had a friend, well, I wouldn't call her a friend. She was an old coworker, and I know she's got two young kids, and they refuse to wear a mask. And I said, that's fine and dandy. You can refuse to wear a mask all you want in your home, but for the safety of your own kids, put a mask on them. Wear a mask yourself to say, hey, if mommy and daddy have to, you have to. She refused to. I spotted her the other day in Walmart, and the sign on the door at Walmart says you have to wear a mask in the store. They weren't wearing masks. How they got in the store, let alone how they're allowed to stay in the store, is beyond me. But I'm like, That's your choice. I'm not going to cry if you get sick with COVID because you decided not to pay attention to the rules and regulations put forth not only by the state and the CDC, but by the very store that you're walking through without a mask. Just ridiculous. But I'm me. I can't force anything on anybody. I can't demand anybody to do anything. But I sure in the heck am not going to ignore what's been set up so we stay healthy. Anywho, enough with my rant. Enough with my insanity. I'm going to get off this. It's been 25 minutes, which is fine and dandy, and start doing what I have to do before it's time for me to hit the hay and get enough sleep for tomorrow. So if you like this vlog, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Any questions or comments, go ahead and put them in the comment box. I will address them as best as I can, or if I even get to them. I know yesterday I caught up on a bunch of them, and I probably have to catch up on a bunch more. If you're new to my channel and you choose to become a subscriber, hit the little subscribe button. A bell will pop up. You tap on that bell, and YouTube will let you know when I put in a new video. So until next time, be safe. God bless. Have a good night. Bye.